Hi everybody and welcome to our August vlog. We're a bit late on this one because we've been travelling for 3 weeks, so we weren't really here for much of August, and this has kind of been the first time we've been around to record, but hopefully the video will be up soon.
Yeah, so we done a bit of travelling, and then towards the end of the month we had 2 vegetable shows that we've done, and we've included that in the video, and we do quite well, so stay tuned to see how well we do in that. We've also planted some strawberry runners to try and make ourselves some free plants for next year, and we looked after the tomatoes with a bit of a mulch feed, ready for them to come through.
Yeah, it's a bit of a short vlog because we obviously haven't been here, but hopefully September's will be back to our normal length. Yeah, enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see when our new videos come out, and follow us on Instagram at UKAllotmenteers. Let's go! Okay, so day 2 of village shows, and day 2 of village shows, and we did pretty well today, didn't we?
Yeah, we've done really well. So we used yesterday's show as a bit of a tester because we've never done any shows like this before. And then we've gone all out with all our best veg today, and we've done really well.
And this one was a bit more relaxed as well, as a bit more enjoyable, so we're definitely going to focus on this one next year. Yesterday was a bit like people who don't have jobs, because they probably work.
All the population.
Yeah, and all they do is grow giant veg, I think. So yesterday it was a little bit out of our league, a little bit. And they were a little bit, sort of, I felt a little bit looked down on some of our attempts, whereas today everybody's answered all of our questions. We did get a few disqualifications, which we'll show you later.
Yeah.
But next year will be bigger and better. We might have got 2s this year, next year.
Yeah. So that's our allotment show veg weekend finally done. Bit of a bad decision after 3 weeks travelling to do 2 consecutive shows in a day, because it was quite a lot of work. So even though it looks quite easy, by the time you tie the veg up, wash it, pick the right things, it's quite time consuming.
Especially over 2 days.
Yeah.
If we'd have only had to do it once, it would have been alright, but to come back and do it again the next day.
So yeah, first lesson learned is not to enter 2 shows back to back. So.
Unless you're going to enter the same stuff.
But yeah, we're really pleased. So this time last year we went to the show. Frankie pushed us in the wheelchair around, and that was kind of the catalyst of us doing like a lot of this and having a lot of motivation. We had like a bit of an end game to run things. It's been good to fast forward a year and do really well with all the produce, and yeah,
all our hard work has been worth what we were kind of aiming for. So
yeah, we're really pleased. Like, that's our first year. It just shows what you can do if you plan a little bit and look into it and
just try
your hardest. So fingers crossed next year we can do a lot better. But we did get 1 first out of all the shows, which we're really pleased with, but it was for our wonky veg. Yeah.
So we put him in yesterday, and we didn't realise that you can
customise them.
Yeah, so we added, modelled on Perry, giving him a little shiny head, and
I think he looks like Gru from is it the Minions?
Yeah.
Despicable Me. Yeah, so lots of lessons learnt, like things like growing your beetroot in like a trench of compost will keep them from like getting marked. You've just got to believe in yourself for your carrots as well, because we grew these in the ground, and they come second, and they probably weren't our best ones because when we were pulling them out we snapped a lot of the roots on them,
and they took so long to dig out, probably about 20 minutes per carrot. And we were doing it last night, so we were a bit strapped for time, whereas actually we could have dug up loads of carrots and probably had better ones than that.
yeah
Yeah, so that was good.
Onions, we googled what you do for them. It said pick them up the day before, when actually you need to pick them a week before to dry them out, to then bend that, otherwise that's too wet.
And our onions were the only ones there without the dry skin on, so as soon as we arrived we kind of knew that we'd messed up on the onion front.
We got disqualified in 2. Unfortunately, I made like a really nice display for the raspberries. If you can kind of see, made like a nice display, but we didn't read the small print and it says a dish of, so
Bowl of.
we got disqualified for that.
Yeah, because they weren't in a bowl.
And our other one was the mixed bag of vegetables collection. They had to be picked from like rows 2 to 17, and we just we could do that.
Yeah, the herbs were like number 18. So when we did the one the day before, you could do it from any veg. So because in our panic we just thought it could be any veg on the list. So we did, and also the patty pan wasn't on the list, which we didn't think about because we were so focused on it being nice. And that was a shame as well, because out of the ones that were in there was only 4 of us in the class, and the other stuff that was in there was nicer than some of the ones that placed, so that one was on us.
Yeah, lessons learned, but we've come away with about 7 second places, 1 third place for the potatoes, and 1 first place, so for our first attempt it's not bad.
And we got 2 second place, a third and a second for the dahlia, the little pom-pom dahlias that we have, and that was really good. I was really pleased about that. And interestingly, we entered some decorative dahlias, and we also entered some, it's a bit old now.
Bit old and
Day 2. We also entered some of these, it's an orange one in the middle here, but they're the ball dahlias, and I entered them in the class that was any dahlia not listed, and I had, annoyingly, one really nice one, perfectly formed, all the petals were fine, it fit exactly what I was looking for, 1 nice one and 1 not so nice one. And with the pinks that we had in the garden, I had 2 really good ones and 1 awful one. So I had to kind of make my decision, okay, am I going to put 3 of one or 3 of the other? And then when I got there, people had 3 different dahlias, although they weren't the dahlias pictured. So next year I'll know that actually I can pick my very best 3 dahlias, as long as they're not a pom-pom or a decorative, to put into a class where it says they can be mixed. So lesson learnt from that one.
that's about it, isn't it? So
yeah,
we're just going to relax now, probably eat a bit veg.
Oh yeah. Oh, and this one I'm proudest of.
We forgot about that one.
We absolutely smashed it out the park with our jam that we made at like 10 o'clock on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
With no recipe. We just put a load of sugar in, and it came second both times, and there must have been 10 like villages. Grannies love making jam, and we absolutely smashed it out of the park with our gooseberry jam. So
if we can do it, like anyone can do it, so definitely give it a go. We've had a lot of fun growing things, and I think doing the shows at the end kind of gives it like something, like a goal towards growing things as well. It's been fun.
And we love growing all of our produce. We like giving it to our friends, and our friends being really pleased about it, and like our families enjoying eating it. But it's really nice to go somewhere and have a complete stranger look at something that you've grown and say, yeah. Okay, so our camera died right at the end there, but what we were going to say is we love our allotment, obviously. We love growing our vegetables, we like giving them to our friends and families to enjoy as well, and it's nice to get good feedback from them. But to go somewhere and have a complete stranger who doesn't know who you are, knows exactly what they're looking for in the veg, say, yes, that's a really nice carrot, well done, or that's a nice flower, or whatever, was a really nice feeling. So and it cost like £8.
It cost a couple of quid. The allotment cost a couple of quid.
We won £2.90, so that actually, our rent on our allotment is £12 a year, and we've won nearly £3, so we've done like a quarter of our rental.
Nah, doesn't sound good doing that way. Yeah, but if you're thinking about getting an allotment, or you're just starting out, just be persistent. Like we've loved doing it. This is our first year, and if we can do it, you can do it. Like,
we did actually after the show yesterday and putting our stuff in today, text the lady who does the allotments and asked her if we could have another small plot for flowers and pumpkins. So
we'll see.
Yeah, if we do it next year, we might end up with another plot.
Yeah. So what we're going to do now is take you around the allotment and show you how it's got on while we've been away travelling, and Frankie's mum's been looking after it. And we also planted up some strawberries, and we were messing about with the tomatoes. So if you want to watch a few tips on that for our August vlog, stay tuned. So something we're going to do differently next year is we're not going to do a bean teepee, because we tried to put the broad beans inside and there wasn't really enough room for them in there, so that didn't really work out. And we're going to cut these so that they don't keep growing up, but so the energy goes into the fruit at the bottom. And then behind you there's a nice broad bean teepee, one of the cross ones. That's what we're going to make next year. So that's a failure from this year, a learning moment. So in our July vlog I explained about prioritising your salad bed watering, because otherwise this happens and it tastes vile. So now we're going to have to pull it up, plant some more. But this one's been grown in space. Hook it over on that hook. Perfect. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. So in the brassica bed, this is definitely one of our failures. It's been absolutely demolished by caterpillars. But that's what you get for using net, and that's too big for the butterflies. We're just going to leave this one in now as a bit of a sacrificial cabbage, because the other ones don't seem to be getting touched as much. But yeah, didn't even notice that was going to happen. And then the other failure we've made, if you can see just towards the back, so that's just a broccoli in the companion planting got a bit too big and bushy, so we think that's been taking its nutrients and water from it, because the ones on the other side are massive. And these tomatoes that we didn't plant are just taking over everything. They are literally everywhere and they trail for miles. Rogue tomatoes everywhere. Yep, literally everywhere. So same again with the brassicas, we've got another failure. This is our final one. You can probably see. We think this is probably with like a regular watering, and it's just split and just turned mouldy. Same with this one as well, if you can see. We think that's just literally down to lack of water. Please let us know if you do know what's caused this. We'll be very grateful. So yeah, not really failures, we're going to call them learning curves, because this is our first year, so we're going to get them up and get some turnips in there. Also, no one likes kohlrabi anyway. That's probably why we left them so long, isn't it? Because they didn't taste that nice. Yeah, if you're going to plant kohlrabi, don't plant loads and loads of rows. I would like try it somewhere first. Make sure you like the taste of it. Yeah, make sure you like the taste. It just tastes a bit turnipy, really, doesn't it? Yeah. We can't really find that much for it. No. Yeah, so that's our failures on the plot so far. Yuck. What do you think of the kohlrabi, Lottie? What do you think of the kohlrabi, Lot? What's that? She's like, what is this weird shaped thing? It smells funny. Yeah. Weird shaped kohlrabi. So welcome back to our tomato bed. As we're going away on holiday, we're going to try and trial some things out with comfrey leaves. So we've just got a pot of comfrey leaves, and then our tomatoes here, we've already got our plastic round, so all we're going to do is, with the shredded comfrey leaves, put them in there, and then that'll act as a bit of a fertiliser, to feed the plants, but also acts as a little bit of a mulch, so to retain the moisture. What I've done, so that's like the comfrey leaf. Wear gloves because they've got like some little prickly things that can be quite irritating. And we just take that top bit off, just rip them up, and then all we're literally going to do is nice and gently just stuff it down there, and then that should break down. That should break down in there and then act as a bit of a fertiliser and a bit of a mulch, so it retains the water. So hopefully that gives it a bit of a help, because we're going on our holidays. We can't look after it fully. So fingers crossed that works, but that's just a bit of a comfrey mulch, and that's it.
So today we are going to be planting up some of our strawberry runners. So they look like this. As you can see, this one's got 2 runners on. So they can have roots like that here, or like this one I've got here hasn't got any roots yet, but that's fine. So what you need is a small pot that you want your new plant to establish in. Push that into the ground a little bit, get your soil and your compost in there. You can do this with, you can use a few things. We're using these U-nails, I think that's what they're called. And then you need your scissors, or we're going to have to use secateurs because all our scissors have disappeared afterwards. So all you do is you put your runner in the pot, press it down quite firmly, put your U-nail in, push it down quite firmly so it stays there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this second runner off, because we want all the energy to go into the plant rather than into trying to make a new plant. And then you leave it like that. As you can see, I've sort of wedged it into the ground so it's not going anywhere. Then when it's an established plant, we'll cut it away from the mother plant and we'll have more strawberry plants. Don't forget, when you've planted your strawberry runners, you want to give them a nice water so they settle in nicely. And that's it. So our raspberry plants are looking a little bit yellow, and we've done a bit of research online, and we think it might either be a little bit lacking in iron or magnesium. So what we're going to do is, we've got sulphate of potash. No, it's a bit wet, but we bought it at our local garden centre. And we've got Epsom salts, which I'm sure you can get in Tesco's, but we got these $3.99 at the garden centre. So what I've done is I've measured, I've got 4.5 litres in my watering can, and I've got 2 and a little bit teaspoons of both of those two. Just measured them in this cup because we don't have a spoon. And I'm just going to pour them in and water it over our raspberries, and fingers crossed it'll help. Who knows? Okay, so you join us on a carrot rescue mission. We found that some of the ones we had were a little bit forked, so we're going back through where we'd marked up what we think are good ones, and they are so deep down that Perry is
excavating it out.
Yeah.
You can see how big they are, just hopefully, so when they're just pulling out, they're just snapping. So if you're ever going to do like a show garden or vegetable show, try and grow them in raised beds so the soil's like compost, otherwise it's a bit of a nightmare getting them out.
And I'm going to try for one down there, and we'll let you know how we get on. Okay, so we have done day 1 of shows, and here we are with our book, which we would certainly recommend for first time show people. The Great British Village Show, which tells you all about how to do things. Our list, our rulers, our pen, our checklist. And these are some of the things we are collecting for tomorrow's show. There's more harvesting going on over here, and Perry's just got these 2 absolute monsters out.
We need one more carrot because we need a trio of carrots.
Oh, really?
We've learnt the lesson with the carrots though, to put them in like compost or a container if you're going to do show carrots, because you're supposed to pull them out with like a lot of root, and we like that dug into the ground, you can't. So,
and they're all a bit close, and then along here on our flower bed, we have got the flowers picked, ready to go home to be arranged, and yeah, we will let you know how we go.
I think there's a couple of big purple ones.
Nearly complete. Perry wants to show you the carrots.
Ta-da!
Look at these babies. Wow, they look so similar as well.
Frankie's mum found the best way to get them out is kind of digging down. But I would still definitely grow them in raised beds next year. So they're our 3 best, and they're going to go in the bunch with the rest of them. And then these are the ones that kind of snapped. That would have been a good one, but
sad. It's not as straight as the others, eh?
No, I lost patience and then snapped the end off. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed our August vlog. A little bit short and sweet because we were away, obviously. Hopefully you've had like a nice summer like us, picking plenty of produce and now getting the beds ready for winter. Join us in September for our vlog, where we should be up here most of the time, and also heading to Malvern Shore. So yeah, remember, comment below and subscribe to our YouTube page. Thanks for watching and see you next soon.